DJ Ashton, the talk of the town. Bitches on me, saw my interview on talk of the town. Bro with me and he hawking them down on mute for a minute. Now I'm claiming my crown. Up and dump it, probably wave at the crowd. Losing control like the knock's too heavy. You need bready, baby, kick me a Chevy. Ain't no worry, we gon' send it through Zelly. So these niggas all talking the town. They do this and do that. I'm still walking around like the fifth of the pound. Watch I'm lifting the ground. This bitch too basic, only good for the mouth. Leave my kids in the mouth, then I'm kicking her out. Politicking, all this talking the town, getting sick of the town. Like, send a couple.
Okay, what's up, guys? It's Chloe, and we're on a special episode of Talk of the Town, and we have a representative from Raps and Hustles.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into my name and all that because I'm not trying to get clout off this shit. I just want my name.
So we have a representative from Raps and Hustles. So how long would you say Raps and Hustles been around or been operating?
See, it's the thing, like, you know, people make it seem like we just popped up out of nowhere and just like, oh, where they came from and all that. But it's been a long time coming. Like, we've been doing it since, and I keep
saying, like, oh, go ahead. I remember the beginning. I remember seeing Lil TJ. I remember seeing like Ace Number 5. I remember seeing like, you know, a few people on there in the early stages.
Okay, but that's YouTube days.
Yeah, that's
so a lot of people don't know. Raps and Hustles been around since .com. So we've been doing it since, like, we had a website prior to the channel, and that was years in the making just on the website itself. Okay. And even that was just like a lot of learning process and all that. Like, it wasn't perfect, you know. It was just like making mistakes and all that. Like, basically just working at a loss, you know, because you gotta keep putting money into something, and you make mistakes and all that. So just years and years, just building a name, just getting people to recognize that logo, that Raps and Hustles logo, right? And that was really it. It wasn't even like making money like that, really.
Okay. So when would you say like the brand blew up? When would you say like artists started like reaching out more? Like, when was that happening?
Well, I mean, from the website, it was really just, like I said, it wasn't necessarily successful. It was just more so just people, you know, getting to know. Yeah. So it wasn't really about the money. Like, that was like the end goal, but then it just didn't work out that way while that was going on at the time. And then we shifted on to YouTube about, I want to say, like 5 or so years ago. That's when, you know, we started uploading, because we just saw that, you know, YouTube was the new thing. It was starting to get more traction and everything, and .com was dying out and everything, you know. Like, everything was going on to like YouTube and social media and all that. So they made that adjustment. And when I say they, it's only one person. We're not talking about 3 white guys.
Okay. I know. Because that's what I was about to ask. Who's in charge of the whole thing in general? Because it seems confusion when we all talk about who's in charge. I heard it was like 3 white guys. I heard it was some other guy.
And you heard that from who? Somebody random, right?
From artists.
From artists. Okay.
Yeah.
Artists that work with us, or
it would be artists that y'all might have turned down. It would be artists that were no 3 white guys never said that. It will be artists that be trying to reach out to y'all, or it'd be artists that y'all turned down that would say that. See, they don't really know who's on the page.
That what you just said right now, that's the key phrase right there. That's gonna come up a lot. Whenever somebody got something negative to say, it's always because they either got turned down or business ain't worked out in their favor. And that's the only time they got something to say.
The thing is, like, what are the requirements to get on the page? Because artists are confused. Like, people say y'all big on the whole diss track thing. Y'all say y'all not, but it's artists that be begging and trying to pay y'all to get on there. Because they be asking us how to get on y'all. And I'll be like, I don't know. So what is the requirements for artists to get on the page?
This is where I'm kind of disappointed. Because I was expecting it to be you, L, and the guy. I thought it was gonna be all 3 of y'all. But yeah, because I had points for all y'all, especially for L, because she had a lot to say. I mean,
we all kind of confused on the brand because it's a whole bunch of confusion out there. We hear from artists that's not on the page. Then we hear from other bloggers and other sites. So it's like we're hearing from everybody except y'all, because y'all not big on responding to people. So
yeah, here's the thing, right? But that's why I brought up L, because I had a question I wanted to ask to her, and relating to this. And the thing is, when we started off the YouTube, it was really, the main thing was, the key thing was just having quality. Just over having a whole bunch of videos. It was just about, all right, we're gonna bang out videos, but it's gotta be fire. Like there's gotta be something to the artist. He has to have something unique coming. Have some track. You don't always gotta have some attention all the time, but at least some gotta be there, right? And he gotta have a cool sound, something unique. But when we started off the channel, like people get it fucked up, like it's just a Brooklyn channel. Like we sought out to.
We know that it's not a Brooklyn channel, but I feel like what's confusing is the requirements on the channel. Like you're saying that the artist needs exposure, the artist needs some type of fan base.
They don't always gotta have exposure so much, because sometimes there's been times where he might, and it's one guy. There's one guy running the channel. Okay. I just help out as far as like branding or just ideas, whatever. Like I'm not, I could, really take part in it if I wanted to, but that's how close of a relationship we got, But it's not three white guys. He happens to be Haitian, so I say to my Zos. But
Haitian, so y'all are black.
Expect that. Black owned channel. But that's why I don't want to stand for. The thing is, we were gonna stay quiet the whole time, because it's like we're not trying to get involved in all the drama and the back and forth shit. It's like we got goals, And
what are the goals for the channel? So, I mean, artists are clearly getting noticed and watched off your channel. So, like, what's the ultimate goal? I know you guys have like contracts with certain artists, I think, or certain artists go on a page when they do this. So, like, what's the overall goal?
Raps and Hustles, like, we had never asked to be that channel that everybody tries to hit up and get on. We never asked for this type of attention. It was just,
I feel you.
My man's just, all he wanted to do was create a channel where he can grow artists and have possibly popular artists. But the main thing was getting artists that were somewhat mid-tier or whatever. Like, just for example, like some of the Brooklyn artists, the Brooklyn drill artists that got some buzz going on in Brooklyn. Once they get on certain platforms like Raps and Hustles, because let's be honest, who's really doing it right now? Like you said, is Flowtastic and all them. Like, shout outs to them, because we don't got no hate for them, nothing.
The difference with them and y'all is, if an artist hit them up and willing to pay, they'll take it. Y'all pick and choose through the artist. That's what.
To the question. Now let's go into the question that I was going to ask L, right? So as a woman, does your value get higher by body count and the amount of guys you let get with you, or if you have less men be able to be given access to, do you create more value for yourself when you can't be licked, pretty much?
We understand, but you guys don't.
And it's not like we're doing it on purpose. It's not like we're doing it on purpose. Like, trust me, I get a headache just being on his account, on that account. That's why I don't even log into that account, because I get a headache just from all the notifications. Like,
because let's talk about it. When a girl does have a high body count, they get more and more people on them. So they're gonna work with, I guess, people you're saying that make leverage to the brand, right?
But what's the value? What's her value gonna look like in the streets, though? She's gonna be called a trish.
I get what you're saying, but also if she the hottest thing walking and she's co-signing,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
but the thing is though, like I said, it's quality over quantity, right? So it's like we're not purposely just dubbing everybody. It's just most artists or people that think they artists is whack. Let's keep it a buck. You know they whack. You know most of them are whack. There's still rappers out there trying to do their thing. I'm not saying they're all whack. There's a few of them that got potential and everything, but they gotta get that attention. They gotta bring that, because there's so many of them.
There's a lot of them. So you guys are picking artists that y'all personally like to go on the thing and that has a fan base.
I mean, sometimes it's been times where I would randomly run into a video on my feed or something, whatever, and I think it's hot, whatever. I might show it to them, whatever. But it's sometimes.
So y'all reach out to artists too, trying to get them on the page.
There we go again. Another thing that I was wrong about was what one of y'all said was, it was L. See, that's why I wanted to talk to L, because I wanted to.
I mean, we all trying to understand, so that was kind of the point of this thing, for you to kind of clear the air for everybody to get it.
Just because somebody is quiet, that doesn't mean that they're three white guys. That doesn't mean they're not for the culture.
We're not saying
not everybody wants to be in the camera. Not everybody wants to be in the spotlight, all that shit. Some people just want to live in peace,
We understand that. That's the whole point of this thing. We're trying to get clarity on you guys' message.
I got all the answers.
Yeah, okay. That's why we're doing this right now. So basically you guys say you reach out to artists that y'all like. And then y'all also have artists that are regulars.
There's a thing what Elle said, how she assumed that it's cameramen within the circle.
There are camera guys within the circle. They might not be Raps and Hustles camera guys, but y'all work with Sigs, y'all work with Cane Frame.
No, but let me get into it though. So yeah, correct, right?
Yeah.
Y'all can see that there's cameramen that work with Raps and Hustles, right? And they like Elle said, they benefit from the fact that they're associated with the name.
They could benefit. They probably don't, or however they do it. We don't know how they work their brand. But she's saying that they could benefit from it.
They do. But so the videographers, right? The cameramen, they what Elle had said was she's assuming that the cameramen bring the talent to Raps and Hustles, right? And all we gotta do is get the video and upload it. That's not the case.
Let me say something. You can't get mad that people assume these
I'm not getting upset, but it's the energy though. It's the energy. Y'all, no, I know you rewatched y'all episode.
Yeah, I edited it.
All right, so you rewatched it, right? So like you saying before that y'all came off as neutral, right? Okay, but the only thing that was neutral about that was the fact that y'all said, I don't know this, I don't know that. But the energy though was three white guys. The energy was biased siding with Vok, because y'all know Vok or know of Vok. I seen that Elle spoke to Vok on YouTube. I seen that, right? So there's a relationship there. So it's biased. The energy that was in that video was negative.
I feel like it's not biased. I feel like it's a confusion because you guys don't respond to nobody. So we're all assuming.
No, it's not that don't respond to nobody. That's what y'all see in the comments and all that, right?
Yeah, like I don't know how we see in the comments.
But it's so many people that it just seems like nobody is getting answered. But it's plenty of DMs. It's plenty of actual open DMs, conversations and all that. But guess what? The request box is hundreds of people every day. And if he was really trying to be a culture vulture and all about the money and just trying to exploit, what was going on in Brooklyn and all that, then he would take all that money. Because if it was just all about the money, it's just, okay, I'm taking, like, that's a lot of money. Yeah. And like I said, this channel was built from the ground up. One man. It's a one-man show. It's not three white guys. It's one Haitian man. And he put in all his, whatever money he had, that's what he put into this channel. He worked on this every day, and I watched him spoke to him every day while he was working on this. So this is from the ground up. He had to put his own bread up, whatever bread he had, to the point where he had to live pretty much like not buying no designer shit, no, not going out with friends.
In super detail. I mean, we all working from the ground up. I
Of
understand.
course, but that's why I'm saying, like, I felt the need to stand up for my mans because I watched him do this, and I don't like the fact that it's dirt being thrown on his name.
I feel like it's dirt being thrown because people are frustrated. People don't understand how you guys work and run your operation. So people are just assuming. And then when people do speak up and we still don't have no clear answers, it's like maybe what I assumed was right, you know?
So what's the problem with going on floor testing? Or any
no problem. It's no problem, but you guys are, let's say, like kind of the hottest thing in the city right now. So artists are hitting y'all up, reaching out, trying to work. They're getting denied, and they don't understand why.
It's not necessarily they getting denied. It's so much. Okay, like let's say you talking about a shorty IG, right? You're gonna see a bunch of guys commenting on that under her photo.
Saying that. I feel you trying to add value to your brand. That's pretty much what you're trying to say.
No, but the thing is, I'm saying it's not purposely done. It's just so many people that's like, yo, we gotta go and look through all these people. And it's like, it's not like you can hear the music like while you're like clicking on somebody's IG. It's just you just see people's names. You just see people talking about check DM, check DM, check DM, check. Like, how are we supposed to respond?
So it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming to respond to every.
Like I said, it's a one-man show.
Okay.
It's one person.
So the videographers and stuff have no say so who goes on the channel. It's only
the. And that's the misconception is when Shorty said, "Oh, videographers, they probably bring the artists over and all that." That barely ever happened. Like majority of the time, is my man's looking for artists, like reaching out to artists his damn self, and it's been going on that way from the jump, from the start. So I don't like the fact that all this is being said when I watched this man grind and build this himself.
I just was like, we're all just confused on how you guys operate things, but you're clearing all that right now. So, what would be the connection between the artist versus what would be the connection between the cameraman versus the artist you guys post? Does the videographer, like, because some videos that your videographer shoot don't go on there. So what would be the cause of them not to get on the channel?
Well, the thing is, like, just the fact that they shoot with those videographers doesn't mean that they're gonna get a guaranteed spot on the channel.
No, yeah, I get it.
It's like if y'all shoot and whatever, like it's not an issue if the videographer wants to show the work and whatever, like the music and all that, but not all the time the shit's hot whenever. And what you gotta understand too is my man's gotta throw up the bread for not for every video, because some people already have the video ready, right? Video shot and all that. But it's an investment. My man's gotta throw up the bread every time, and that's why I'm telling you, it was years of just putting money in over and over. But that's why I didn't like the fact that people talking about, oh, they're making thousands of dollars, all that. He had to work for years straight at a loss, not making no bread. And if y'all,
so this is pretty much just remaking what he already invested. That's what y'all saying.
Yeah, like, you know, it's just like grinding back just to recoup the bread that you put in the first place. If I let y'all know how much bread was put into it, y'all wouldn't even believe it. But that's why people talking about PC this, PC that, and whatever. It's like, how many people are willing to actually throw that money up? And we talking about starting new channels on whatever. We never was opposed to that. The thing is, like, my man had told artists specifically, yo, y'all don't even need me at a certain point. Like, this is supposed to be a stepping stone, right? It, like Raps and Hustles never asked artists to be like, yo, y'all gotta have all y'all content on my channel only. It was never no type of energy like that. Like, it's supposed to be a stepping stone.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. It's supposed to be a stepping stone. So what about artists that don't have a big exposure, artists that don't have a huge fan base? Do they never get a shot, or it's just that y'all didn't get around to them?
I
That's
mean,
the big question.
what's wrong with paying for World Star posts?
They pay for it, and Worldstar responds. The thing is, people say you guys don't respond, or
That's a big operation though.
huh?
No, it's a lot of people that work over there.
Yeah,
They got enough people. They got enough people to handle that.
yeah.
But like I said, this is a one-man show.
That's what I said. Y'all probably didn't get around to it, but you
Yeah,
guys are open to putting
of course.
not lit artists, I guess, on the platform.
Like like we had never planned to take over Brooklyn or none of that. It started off like flying out our original camera guy, and it started off with one videographer, and we my mans would fly him out to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
We shot with a lot of artists in Atlanta, shot with uh artists in Chicago, all that,
So
all
you
different things.
networking
And that's not even to make money. That's not making money. That's working at a loss just to shoot
that's
something.
cashing out. Yeah.
And you got your own channel, so you know how the YouTube shit work. They don't pay a whole lot for the views like that unless like you gotta be getting crazy views.
I feel like y'all get crazy numbers though, so artists are willing to pay whatever.
Every video though. Like they might get more than what they would get on their own because they're getting on the platform, but it's not necessarily a whole lot of views and a whole lot of money like that. Y'all gotta understand, like people be getting the YouTube shit fucked up because like they be seeing YouTube stars living lavish and all that shit. A lot of that shit does have to do with getting paid off YouTube, but they get endorsements and all that shit. So they have that shit fucked up.
I understand because especially with songs, it's copyright issues and all that stuff.
Yeah, and
I
that's
get
what
it.
the whole PC thing, how everybody talking about they're not breaking off bread and all that shit. There's no bread to break off a lot of the time because the thing is, not every artist make back the bread on that video because we gotta pay for the video and all that. And some artists they flop, which isn't a problem because he threw the bread up for it. He believed in that artist. And I know you spoke to Siggy Black and he told you that from the jump.
Both of y'all.
Huh?
He said he fuck with y'all.
Yeah, exactly. So I know I saw what he said, and he said that from the jump when nobody believed in him and he wasn't really popping like that. Who was fucking with him?
He said that, yeah.
Right.
So it's like y'all fuck with artists. We know y'all fuck with artists. The people just don't understand why they wouldn't get fucked with. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, what would be a turn off from you guys for an artist, or what would get an artist a no? That's the big question.
I mean, my man's got to feel it, right?
So that's what I said. So it's whatever song that he likes that he got around to hearing.
People got to understand they're not entitled to get on the channel just because they got the money for it. It's not that kind of show. Because the thing is, you said yourself, right, that you have discovered artists through our channel, right? Yeah. But the whole reason for that is because of the fact that my man believes in quality. It's every time something drops on that channel, the people subscribe to it, they're expecting some fire shit because of the fact that they're known to drop. Even if it's an artist you haven't heard of, he's probably going to get more views than what he's used to getting because simply for the fact that people are anticipating something they're going to like. But then when you keep dropping like half or more trash, nobody waiting on that. Nobody jacking that shit. And that's why you was questioning how the channel got so hot. It's because it's known for the quality. And the hard work that was put into it.
Quality over quantity for you guys. You guys don't care about the money.
But it's not like the fact that, oh, if you're not hot yet, we're not fucking with you. Like Lil TJ, let's keep it a buck. Lil TJ, you knew Lil TJ before Raps and Hustles?
I mean, I seen the viral clip from you guys, yeah. So I mean, I've seen of him from y'all. So yeah.
And he's not from Brooklyn, and he's not drill, and he wasn't dissing rappers either.
Okay, all right, and then you have some artists that got on there from dissing, and then
okay, what about Lil Tecca?
I didn't even know who was on your channel. I heard of him from Nicole Bennett guy.
I'm not saying you found out about him through the channel, but there's a video early on with Lil Tecca on Raps and Hustles because my man's happened to see potential in him. But at the time, he wasn't buzzing, he wasn't hot, he wasn't nobody. And now look at him, right?
So you guys are for breaking artists, like y'all like to give artists that extra push, I should say.
Then the thing is, it's so many people that just looks like we dubbing everybody when the case is just like, yo, it's only so many people we could actually click on and shit. And it's like you gotta differentiate yourself and separate yourself from the rest to get the attention. Y'all can't just be up on there talking about check DM. That shit don't get our attention.
So what gets you guys' attention? Y'all have to just see it and like it. Like, how can the artist get y'all attention?
I mean, there's no like clear cut. like I said, you either gotta have like somewhat of a buzz enough to where it might just pop up on one of our feeds or something, or like somebody brings y'all to him and whatever, and he might like what he is. Because the thing is, it's like, who is somebody to say, oh, I need to be on your channel because I got the money for it, or because I believe in myself. And when it's like, this is his channel that he worked hard to create and build, for years. Like this man didn't go out with his boys like to go drink and all that shit because he had to put money into his brand. This is a sacrifice that I'm talking about. And he's told plenty of artists, and including Vok, that they should start their own thing, start their own channels and all that. I promise you.
Okay, I believe you.
So he don't got no problem with people starting their own channels. He encourages that shit. Okay. He's even told artists like, yo, you could be making bread on your own, but the whole thing is it's supposed to be a stepping stone platform. Like, y'all not supposed to try to be on there forever. So when people talk about breaking bread, this is an even exchange, right? It's like y'all getting what y'all need. Y'all getting lit.
I don't think people are really so mad about the breaking bread part because Fantastic and all them other people aren't breaking bread.
Nobody does. No channel does because this is a business. I know
that.
The money gotta be cool.
People are more so on some, what are the requirements? People feel like it has to be a diss record. It has to be a mixy record. I have to have clout.
That's the thing. Like, I don't know why people keep running with the whole like it gotta be a diss record shit, because like it's plenty of shit you could go all the way down the line. Like, we never planned on being a Brooklyn drill diss record channel. Like, it started off all different types. Like, it started off in Atlanta. Like, we got shit with all types of artists, and some artists.
I've seen some from Virginia. I've seen some from North Carolina. Like,
a lot of artists didn't even pop off. So it's like, that's a lot of money being lost, but not everybody's willing to take that sacrifice. But that's why you don't see too many channels popping up, because it's not everybody wanting to do all that work.
So it's about the quality for you guys.
And the thing is, people talk, I know you said, not everybody's just mad about the whole breaking bread shit, but the thing is, like, he throws the bread up, right? He's putting his bread on the line, right? Mm-hmm. So for the artist, if that video happens to pop off, right, and they get noticed by a record label and they get signed, who's really getting the short end of the stick? Because my man threw up the bread for the video. He might get, if the video pops off, whatever, he might get his little bread and whatever. But then once once the record label comes in, then they're gonna copyright the music, all that shit, or whatever. Then my man's don't make nothing off that no more. Yeah. And the thing is, that artist is gonna be living lavish, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, my man's ain't living lavish. I can tell you right now, he's not gonna be lavish. telling y'all.
So it's from the ground up. We basically trying to say like y'all hustling just like everybody else type shit. The reason you guys are selective is to build value to the brand.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, like I just don't understand why people type like it's a Brooklyn, like it's on like
But like how do you feel about like what's like the comments and the words and everything being said overall of the brand? Like, what did you expect people to say from the brand? You thought it was gonna be like, credible. I feel like it still is credible though, but I feel like people have mixed emotions about it.
The thing is, they got mixed emotions because they can't get on, and I understand that shit. But the thing is, like, okay, when L spoke to Vok, right? They was talking about how certain people they be trying to get off by like paying by favors and shit. Like they pay you, like let's say your girl does your hair, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Girl does your hair, and then y'all do a trade off.
Promotion, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly, right. And it might not be a payment in money, but it's still a
services. You're getting clients off this.
Exactly, right. So the thing is, like with the channel, it's like nobody forces these artists to make that deal. It's like they know what the deal is, and once they get on the channel, they get what they need, right? And there's been people that talk shit afterwards, and like my man's got to deal with a whole lot of drama behind all this shit, a lot of stress and all that. Like artists like dissing and saying all types of bullshit, but he actually loves what he does, and this is what he sees doing.
So explain, what is it that he does? I know he shops around, looks at artists, invests money. Does he manage artists? Does he work contracts with artists? Like, what else does he do?
I mean, he's definitely gonna be exploring other avenues and shit.
Okay.
Like you said earlier, with signing artists and whatever, and that's more just kind of like a content type based deal where like they're gonna be funded for like all the videos and all that shit, like they're not gonna have to come out of pocket and all that. And the thing you gotta understand too, a lot of these artists, they might front on social networks and shit, but a lot of them are broke, right? They might flash bread, and all that shit, but that's the same stack they've been showing for a year straight. And they ain't spend that shit. It's the same bread.
Artists or nothing, but I know what you mean. Like,
well, the thing is,
everybody don't have it together.
We're providing a service to where they don't even gotta come out of pocket, because videos can get expensive if you gotta keep shooting the videos.
So you guys covered some artist videos.
It's not realistic for a lot of people's like living situations and shit, because the thing is, if you gotta keep dropping video, it's a lot of bread. And the thing is, my man's is willing to throw that bread up for them, right? So then they don't gotta come out of pocket, spend that bread, and they're able to save that for something else, right? And then keep having videos out, keep having content out, and get noticed by like a label or something. Because we gotta look at all these rappers that, let's be honest, some of the Brooklyn Joe rappers that you seen get signed, you was like, damn, him? Like sometimes it'd be random artists where it's like
sometimes.
Exactly. So it's like they're picking everybody up right now, because they know the whole Brooklyn drill shit is hot and all that. So they're trying to pick everybody up. So they might not even know what they're doing. They just want to pick anybody up with numbers. But that's not how Raps and Hustles works. It's about the sound. You don't always gotta be hot. Like the record labels is only gonna fuck with people with numbers, right? But the thing is, like, my man's had a relationship with Tutu very early on.
Okay.
Before he got signed, all that shit. And he might not have a lot of content out with him and all that shit, but my man's has either spoke to or worked with damn near every single Brooklyn drill artist, either in the game now or was in the game. Like he had a hand in all of them. Yeah. It's just he trying to create an outlet for these artists, and people got all this shit to say, and it's like, I'm just here to disprove all that shit people talking.
Yeah, you definitely cleared it up. I mean, it's a one person shop, so people gotta understand. You guys gotta get around to hitting up or reaching out to every artist. I think people was just confused about your mission overall. That he's saying he's gonna get into different avenues. Um, and then people was also upset about the Pop Smoke thing, how y'all dropped the video the day he died or something like that.
And a lot of people, like, they felt like that was in bad taste and all that, right?
Yeah.
But okay, rightfully so. If you look at it in that way, then I can see why they would be tight about it. But the thing is, it's like that video was in the vault that whole time, right? So when else could he have dropped it? What would have been a better time where Pop would have?
The day he died, maybe his birthday or something. Like, here's a throwback to Pop. You see everybody posting videos of him
I
now.
can see why people would have a problem with it, right? But it's like, would it have done the same numbers like
Oh my
much
gosh.
later? So it's not about the numbers though, right? So the thing
It's
is,
not.
it's like like I can understand why people would be tight, right?
Yeah.
But it was a decision made, and not every outlet makes the right decision every single time. Not to say that whether it was right or wrong, but not everybody's gonna agree with it all the time.
Yeah.
But for the most part though, 9 out of 10 times, the right thing is done.
Okay.
It's like,
I mean, it's about business. I should say, like, it should be about business, but also, like, yeah, people was just mad about that. Like, it was like the timing was way off.
I mean, I get that, but you know,
But I mean, that's in the past, I guess. So moving forward, how should artists go about connecting with you guys? Maybe send an email, maybe hit a DM. Like, you'll get around to it. Like, I don't know, because it's one person. Are you looking to hire people?
it'd be, of course, like,
I see you
with,
guys post that y'all want videographers and
yeah,
stuff like
he's
that.
definitely trying to expand everything. And the thing is, like, he's not just trying to be all just Brooklyn. It just happened that way, right?
Mhm.
Because what happened was he had started off with Curly Sav and Dada,
Yeah.
right? And that was in the like very early stages of this whole movement, right?
Mhm.
And then it just kind of like snowballed, right? It went into like the Blickies and all that, and then like as the movement got
Brooklyn
hot,
Grill expanded really quick. It did.
exactly, like if you look at Pop Smoke and all the popping artists, Fabi and all that, it was
Yeah.
a very quick moment. Like
Yeah.
it happened really fast, all like within a year or two, right? And they got super hot. They turned into like they went to the top of the game, you know, free 5 year. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know, like you're not. It's just like once that happened and he started working with Brooklyn artists, like more and more Brooklyn drill artists started to want to work and shit. But that's why like I don't like the whole they not from Brooklyn shit, whatever. Because the thing is, my man's is putting his bread out for these artists because he believes in certain artists that he sees potential in. And if anything, like you said, there's not that many Brooklyn outlets, right? So
No.
if anything, Raps and Hustles is helping that whole movement as a whole.
Yeah, I feel like it's helping, but it's also, I mean, it's helping. I get what you're trying to say. Y'all trying to build leverage to your brand, but I think it's just frustrating for the little guys that don't have the exposure that they want, and they trying to get it, and they're willing to pay whatever price, and still nothing. So you gotta look at both angles, I guess.
But okay, so let's say for example, like when Al had that talk with Rock, on YouTube.
I keep breaking that up, but I feel you. Okay.
No. So when they had that conversation, she asked him what would get an artist, what would get him to fuck with an artist if they're not that hot or whatever, or if you're not really messing with them. And he had said that they will need to work hard and get lit and then come back around and get his attention, right? And it's kind of like the same thing, you know, it works in like every facet of the game. It's just sometimes you just need to get more buzz up, or just like you gotta, you know, it's all different ways, but constantly DM me talking about yo, like that's not
So basically, you guys are gonna follow up when the artist gets that exposure. This is what you're saying.
Yeah, or it could just be randomly, like, you know, randomly just we run into them, or like they get introduced through somebody, or you know, the thing is like these artists, they just DM like, yo, how do I get on, whatever. Like
So
maybe
DM is not the route to go.
maybe try sending an audio or something like that, or like a different method. Like this is about music. It's not about yo,
Who
like
hits you up, who gets the most tags and shit like that.
yeah, it's about the music though. So it's like maybe send a link to a video or an audio or something like that. Like the music, not just messages of yo, like I'm trying to get on. Because the thing is, it's a whole lot of those people. So how are we supposed to look through every single person and then try to find their music after that? You know how much time that takes?
Okay, we do the same thing over here. Now I get it.
Exactly.
But yeah. So basically, you guys will follow up when you feel the artist is deserving or worthy of the platform, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I mean, it doesn't necessarily always gotta be the sermon, but you know, there's plenty of artists that my man's had believed in. You know.
no, I definitely seen artists that wasn't really buzzing that I
Those are-
noticed off you guys. Nah, I agree. So what is the like status with y'all rock? Like, is it like I don't understand?
there's no tension, there's no none of that. The thing is like I know every detail of what goes on man's channel and all that. Like, and you'd be surprised how many times it didn't work out with certain artists where videos were supposed to like be uploaded and all that. And
I heard a whole bunch of stories.
I'm talking about hot artists too, not just New York, all over. So the channel, in reality, it could have been a lot bigger than it is today, but he's still working at it, right?
Okay.
And, the thing with Rock is like, you know, it just was business ain't worked out, right? And that's what it was, right? The thing is, people just looked at that post for face value, and they say, "Oh, I agree," or this whatever, and they pick sides and all that.
I think people was looking for a response from you guys, which we didn't get, but we got now. So yeah, I think it was pretty much, you know, fans, they add the fuel to the fire, but it was more so like that was kind of random. Like I didn't expect to see nothing like that. Never really saw, you know, someone call out a platform like that. So it was like shocking to people too.
When you see that though, like you gotta actually take a second and think, oh, maybe there's a reason that this, you know, post was made. Or
yeah, I mean, everything is for a reason, but I feel like the reason is just, I mean, like I said, you guys don't talk to people, so it's just confusing and trying to assume the representation.
Like I said, not everybody wants to be in the mix with everything. Like my man just want to be live by all that, you know. I just wanted to make sure that people don't like discredit or
idea of the platform.
That's all that was. You know, I'm not trying to throw shots back at anybody or nothing like that. This ain't none of that. It's just I just want to defend my mans.
Jay Ash in the talk of the town. Bitches on me, saw my interview on talk of the town. Bro with me and he hawking them down on mute.